Hey, and welcome to the new 4-step method for shedding fat without fad diets or gimmicky exercise programs. I'm Allie Brigham, founder and owner of Best You for Life and Charlotte Nutrition and Wellness, and I'm going to walk you through this webinar training and show you how all of my busy clients who are parents and professionals are bursting with energy each and every day and looking their best. So you're on the verge of a contrarian breakthrough. Let me define that for you. A contrarian breakthrough is a sudden and important discovery that dramatically improves a situation or provides the answer to a problem that goes against current practice or popular opinion. That's what this video is all about. In fact, this new information is going to completely shift your whole way of thinking about losing weight so that you can see clearly and exactly what you need to do to accomplish your goals. You're going to discover the truth about what is really keeping you from successfully losing fat. So my promise to you is simple: to get you to from point A to point B in the fastest amount of time, in the healthiest amount of time, and in a fashion that enables you to keep the fat off forever and you continue to improve and improve upon your goals. I'm going to show you essentially the only science-based proven way to successfully shed fat so you can lose all the weight you want without diets, without gym memberships, and keep it off for as long as you want. So by watching this, not only will you know that, but I'm going to share with you the secret discoveries throughout my research that I learned that were keeping me fat so that you don't make those same mistakes. Also, I'm going to show you what it means to truly reset your body and how to ignite your fat burning switch. We all have it inside of us. We just have to know how to turn it on. Also, I'm going to show you the exact 4-step method that I used a long time ago and that I continue to improve upon and that all of my busy clients are using to get their dream bodies. That's a lot of information, but having this knowledge is going to allow you to transform your body. So perhaps you are just not as active with your kids anymore because you're overweight and you don't feel well and you're just tired all the time. So this is going to give you that energy back and it's going to make you feel confident even in your golden years. So get into that bathing suit, feel confident, enjoy outings and friendships and relationships. And you're going to love what you see in the mirror. I mean, how many of us spend an absurd amount of time trying clothes on before we go anywhere? We just don't like what we look in the mirror. And yes, society has an impact on that. But the fact of the matter is being overweight isn't healthy. And I'm going to show you the fastest way to get there so that not only will you be healthy, but your confidence is going to skyrocket. So a lot of people have watched these videos and then email me questions that are in the video. So some of them dropped off, and it's really important that you stay to the end. You don't want to miss a minute of this video. I'm going to reveal to you the #1 reason why I couldn't lose weight 25 years ago, and also how I've been able to keep it off for the last 24 years without gaining 1 single ounce back, as well as how my clients have been doing the same thing as well. So I do have to caution that this isn't for everybody. So if you are committed to making positive changes, you're willing to try new things, and you're willing to take action, this is definitely for you. Also, you may be the type of person who's just bounced around from diet to diet only to gain the weight right back. And I grew up in the 70s and I know all about these diets. I've pretty much tried every single one and none of them worked. So the diet industry has you fooled, essentially. Yes, anybody can go on a diet and drop 20 pounds or 30 pounds or maybe even more. But what you're really doing is you're restricting calories, you're starving your body. But then when you do mess up, and you know you will because these diets are very difficult to sustain, you will gain that weight back with a vengeance because all you've really done is slow down your metabolism. So that's how the weight loss industry makes billions of dollars off of unsuspecting consumers, because they show you in the beginning that you have success and you're like, yeah, I'm losing weight, this is awesome, but it's never long term, and that's how they keep you coming back and paying more and more and more. That's not what this program is all about. Also, you might be the type of person who goes to the gym every day and pushes your way through a workout, and your trainer is saying, come on, more, you can do this, get it, but you're just not getting the results you want. And you may be just tired of embarrassing belly fat, and you have to stuff your body into restricting garments and Spanx and girdles and all sorts of things just to make you feel confident. And even on warm days, I live in the South, I can't even imagine having to wear another layer of clothing under my clothes. So that to me is just no fun at all. And I personally, and most of my clients, are just fed up with scams that are flooding their inboxes and Facebook timelines. And none of them work. They're just ways, crafty ways, that companies use to capitalize on you. So please don't fall victim to them. And we're going to talk more about that in this webinar training. And we know that being overweight has serious health consequences. Maybe even just simple as shortness of breath, or do you have difficulty bending over and tying your shoes? Or when you get up, do you just don't have the energy? And maybe you do have something more serious like high blood pressure or diabetes. And we all know that being overweight is way more expensive, because look at all of the money you've already spent on trying to lose weight. Add up all the money you've spent on diet supplements and gym memberships and personal trainers and fad diets and little, $29.99 things that you buy online, which, those people are blasting them out to hundreds and thousands of people. So your $29.99 is going to make them a lot of money. But what happens when you buy that program? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? You have no way how to get started. You have no one keeping you accountable, and you just fail. And I'm sure you probably have been told by your doctor that you need to lose weight, but they really don't tell you how. Doctors are not trained in nutrition, unfortunately, and they're not trained to teach you how to lose weight. They'll send you away with a bunch of medications, drugs that have side effects that make you gain weight. So if this picture resonates with you, a lot of people reach out to me after they've been given a bombshell, after they have gone to their doctor and their doctor has said to them, okay, ma'am, you have diabetes. Okay, sir, your blood pressure and cholesterol are really bad and you're at a great risk for a heart attack or stroke. Well, that's really not a good time. Prevention is the best medicine. So if we can get ahead of this and we don't have to go through this, wouldn't that even be better? Plus, going to the doctor is expensive. You're spending money on co-payments. Your insurance premiums are really, really high. And you're spending co-payments on drugs and medications and all that other stuff. Drugs are expensive. And if anybody who is watching this is reaching the Medicare age, there is no drug coverage with Medicare. You have to purchase a supplemental policy, which costs $1,000 to $2,000 extra a month, or you'll be paying out of pocket for all those medications. Also, I think we can all agree that the women on the left, and these women are the exact same age, by the way, the woman on the left and the woman versus the woman on the right, it's much more expensive and burdensome to your family to be in hospice care, or to have a private nurse, or to be in a nursing home. It's so much more expensive, and most importantly, that's no quality of life. So what you've been told up until now is all wrong. But the good news is it's not your fault. You've just been given wrong information. You're bombarded by conflicting information everywhere you go. But from this video, you'll be getting the best hard-earned insight from our real life in the trenches work in the health and wellness space for the last 24 years, 25 years. I've made it my life's work to cut through all the BS. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into the best education and information available. And specifically throughout the last 5 years, I've devoted all of my research to why is it so difficult for us to lose weight? Why are we the most obese, sickest nation in the world? And the results are going to shock you. So you've likely been told that in order to lose weight, you need to eat less and exercise more, right? That's such a common thing. Well, that's not true. Or maybe you need to cut out carbs. or you need to cut out fat or add fat or eat only fat, or you need to be a vegan or a vegetarian or you're not going to lose weight. Well, none of this is true, first of all, and none of this works. Fad diets and trendy exercise programs have always been marketing gimmicks and are clever techniques companies use to capitalize on you. Here's a perfect example. This is the exact ad from 1928, the Lucky Strike tobacco campaign, touting nicotine as an appetite suppressant. The ad says, reach for a Lucky instead of a sweet. So people were thinking that they were going to lose weight by smoking cigarettes. Also, modern exercise programs became mainstream in the 70s with Jazzercise and Remember Jane Fonda, and everybody was jogging with their sweatbands on their head, and Richard Simmons and all those great things. But take a look. Are we getting any thinner as a society? I want to point your attention to the yellow line in the middle on the left under men, and the purple line on the right under women. Obese men, obese women in the US have been steadily rising since 1960. And these statistics only go up to 2014. The latest are reaching epidemic proportions of about 45%. So almost half of our country is obese. And we have the most diets, the most exercise programs than any other country. So why is this happening? Even I just happened to catch this recently on the Today Show. They did their own independent studies showing that in the last 10 years, gym memberships went up 21%. Simultaneously, the obesity rates went up 17%. Their own health correspondent quoted, if weight loss is your endpoint, exercise is probably not going to be the key determinant. Here's the real problem. The old way just doesn't work. This is what dieting is. So you expect, with no practice whatsoever, to change years and probably decades of eating habits, literally overnight, and then keep this up forever? And you wonder why diets don't work? Going on a diet is exactly why diets fail. And the only reason I can say this with 100% confidence is because I've been there. I've been through everything. I've tried everything. And I've spent my entire life struggling with stubborn weight gain, or stubborn weight in general, until I went to grad school and realized the real reasons. This was back when I'm 47 now, this was back when I was 27. And yes, I have all of these wonderful accolades and master's degrees, and I am a published research author, and I've been on television and radio countless times, but none of that should matter to you. What matters is results. But I wasn't always known as Charlotte's leading nutrition authority. And I wasn't always known as the nutritionist to the MDs. I was, yes, just like I mentioned, I was overweight, I was constantly sick, and this was when I was in my 20s. I had terrible health conditions. I hated what I saw in the mirror. I feared summertime. I just wanted to hide in my bulky sweaters and not get up on the beach, and I wanted to suck my belly in every time someone took a photo of me. And this is me now, keeping the weight off for well over 20 years, never gaining an ounce back. And my husband took this picture in our backyard. And I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s at the age of 47. And it just continually gets better. So what did I do to get here? Simple. I made a commitment to get well. I halted in its tracks any money I spent on supplements and diets and gym memberships, because I had been doing that all along. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and it's not working, what do? You do a 180, you do the opposite. But first, before I did that, I needed to understand why it was so difficult to lose weight. And the reasons are going to shock you. So the result of me doing all of this, the fat was literally melting off. I was eating food I loved, and now I've kept it off for 22 years. So I decided to be a holistic nutritionist, and I wanted to share this information with everybody. I wanted them to know how we've been being duped by the diet industry, how the food is making us fat and causing us to be addicted to sugar and all of that stuff. So I'm going to show you. And you might be thinking, that's a big promise. It is. But I know it works, and I've seen it time and time again. And let's face it, the current methods of dieting and rigorous exercising that you're doing right now, they're not working. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. Here's what we know so far. You're just tired of being overweight and dieting and depriving yourself of the things you love to eat. And you're tired of working out every day to see no results. You want to eat food you love. You want to love what you see in the mirror. And you don't want to be embarrassed. And you don't want to have, you want to have confidence, but you just don't know where to begin. Sound about right? Well, imagine having all of that. Imagine just feeling sexy and confident. Imagine being intimate with your partner again, thinking that, wow, I look amazing, instead of, thinking, oh my God, they think I'm fat, they think I'm fat. And imagine being able to wear any clothes you want and walking into a room and just feeling confident. That's really what it's all about. And we also know that what you've been doing all along is all wrong. So when you're driving down the street and you're going the wrong way, what do you have to do? You have to turn around. You have to do a 180. So again, that's what we're going to do here. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. This new and innovative information is probably stuff you've never heard before. Many of you will be shocked, and many of you may be angered, but at least you'll know the truth. So stick with me until the end. We already talked about what you've been told about losing weight is wrong, and I'm going to show you why. So that you can stop spinning your wheels on useless products and gimmicks. Diets make you fat. Yes, they do. We talked about how diets slow down your metabolism. So when you go on a diet, your body is saying, whether you restrict carbohydrates or restrict calories, your body is saying, oh my goodness, where are the calories? Where are the carbs? You're treating me differently. It goes into survival mode because it's trying to keep you alive. So it says, okay, I'm going to hold on to every single fat cell I possibly can and slow down your metabolism because I don't know when you're going to start refeeding me again. Survival technique. So you are essentially destroying your metabolic rate. So when you do gain that weight back, it is much more difficult to get it off. And the more times that you yo-yo diet, I mean, you've seen all of the celebrity spokespeople for Nutrisystem and Weight Watchers. Do they ever keep the weight off? No, they always gain it back, and then they do it again and they pay more and they lose the weight, then they gain it all back again. It's just a form of starvation. Excess exercise can also destroy your metabolism. When you work out hardcore in the gym, whether it be boot camp or high intensity interval training or aerobics or marathon running, for lengthy periods of time, like 60 minutes or 90 minutes, you're creating a ravenous situation in your body. You're causing your hunger hormone, ghrelin, to increase to incredible proportions. So you're creating a higher caloric need so that when you are starving, and if you don't know the right foods to grab, you're going to reach for anything you can get your hands on because your body has been depleted of all of the energy. So our bodies were designed to not exercise rigorously. This is difficult for a lot of my athletic clients to swallow because they think that working out and playing tennis every day of their lives or doing this every single day, hard work, is going to pay off for them. But our bodies break down eventually. We were designed to run away from the tiger while hunting for our family in the woods once in a while. Because when we exercise, we produce stress hormones that cause things like cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine to be released in our body because, again, our body thinks it's running from the tiger. So it produces all of these stress hormones. And what does overproduction of stress hormones do, like cortisol? Makes you fat. You guessed it. Plus, you'll never out-exercise a bad diet, no matter how hard you try. My discovery number 5 that I learned during my research is genetics is not the problem. So stop blaming genetics. I have many clients come into my office and they say, well, my family, my parents have been overweight, diabetes runs in my family, cardiovascular, high blood pressure runs in my family, I'm doomed. Well, that is false. You're not doomed. It's a field called epigenetics. Yes, you may be predisposed to a certain gene, but you actually have to turn that gene on in order for you to become overweight or obese or get diabetes. Again, I'm not going to get too technical into the science of all of this, even though that is what I love, but you can Google the field of epigenetics. It's fascinating. The way we turn on those bad genes is by treating our bodies the wrong way, the way that you think that is correct, by eating less, exercising more, and more importantly, eating diet foods. So diet foods have a lot of chemicals, additives, preservatives, fillers, binders, colors. They're toxic. They're toxins in your body. So you're not fat, you're toxic. If we don't detox these toxins out of our body in the correct order, that fat isn't going anywhere. So please, again, don't fall victim to those fad detox cleanses that you see online. Detoxification is not in a powder, a pill, or a potion. It is not a 7-day juice cleanse and then you just go back to the way you were eating before. That can actually harm your body and make you sick. And it makes my blood boil when I see all of these scams on the internet and in my Facebook timeline telling you that you need to detox, which you do, but they're trying to sell you a supplement or a 10-day program. Detoxification is not a 10-day program. It's a 365-day-a-year bodily process that your body does every day, but it needs to be helped with the right foods and things from nature, the right plants, not from powders, pills, and potions. My discovery number 7 was the most shocking to me, how the government is keeping us fat and sick. So if you look at our current healthcare system, if you get sick, in most instances, not all, but in most, this is what's going to happen. You go to your doctor and they're going to tell you, for example, okay, you have diabetes, bombshells dropped. They're also going to tell you there's no cure. You're going to have diabetes for the rest of your life. They might offer you one sentence about eating healthy, and they're going to give you the opinion that you're never going to get well, which is very damaging to hear. And you're going to be told that you'll need to take these medications for the rest of your life. None of that is true. Also, let's look at what the Food and Drug Administration and the USDA and big agriculture and big pharma allow to go on. So on the left, there are these beautiful pasture-raised animals, and on the right is where you're most likely getting your meat, from a factory. So anytime you're buying meat in a store or at a restaurant, you're getting meat from animals that have been raised in feedlots and that are fed genetically modified corn and soy that has been sprayed with glyphosate, weed killers, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides. And to make the meal less expensive, farmers sift in cardboard, hay, and factory reject candy, as you can see here. If you Google Dodge County, Minnesota, CNN Skittles, you'll see an amazing story that broke a couple of years ago about Skittles covering an entire highway, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I don't want to bore you too much with the details. But yeah, so the fact of the matter is that's what our livestock is eating. So if you ate out of a dumpster every single day, all day, wrappers and all, would your meat be healthy? No, it wouldn't. And this picture I found on I think on Facebook, on the internet. This is a butcher confessing that he sees this on a daily basis. And all he does is scoop out that tumor and sells you the meat. And I myself have seen the live footage of the animal carcasses going by with a tumor the size of my desk, and they just scrape out the tumor and pass it along for FDA approval. So yes, this is perfectly legal and allowed to go on in our government agencies that were initially put together to protect us. Let's also take a look at produce. Fruits, vegetables, herbs, fresh things that you buy in the store every day, they are doused with insecticides and pesticides. Whereas organic farmers, they don't use those synthetic agrochemicals. They use organic ways to keep pests away, like manure. They use compost to remineralize their soil. They use essential oil sprays to keep pests away. The conventional strawberry on the left, I think I counted them, there's 54 harmful chemicals that they spray on our fruits and vegetables. And many of these are linked to cancer, and many of them are endocrine disrupting chemicals, which means they mess with your hormones. So remember, we talked hormones before. If your hormones aren't in check, you will not lose weight or lose fat, and you will not keep it off forever. It's no wonder why farmers, and just drive around and look at farms. If you have, I have the good fortune of living around a lot of farms, so I drive around all the time and I do my investigative work. All these guys that are spraying the fields with these chemicals, they're wearing hazmat suits with gas masks. It looks like they're about to go into a nuclear power plant meltdown. But it's okay for us to eat this stuff. I mean, they're not stupid. They know that they're going to get sick, they're going to get cancer, they might have children with missing limbs, whatever. But it's still okay to spray it on our foods. And you cannot wash these harmful chemicals away. They are in the plant, they're in the soil, they're in the roots, they're in the stems, they're in the seeds, they're already grown into the plant. Personal care products. This is when we get into talking about your environment. So does your environment promote weight loss or impede weight loss? Well, unfortunately, if you're using conventional grooming products or personal care products, whether you buy them at CVS or from Givenchy at the most expensive department store, you are getting endocrine disrupting chemicals and carcinogens, as you can see by this perfect example. So we're putting over 200 to 300 harmful chemicals on our bodies every single day. And we're the only country that still allows most of these chemicals to be in use. They've been banned in most other countries because they are so harmful. And they're absorbed through the largest organ of your body, your skin. So I'm going to drop some serious truth bombs right now. This is factual because this is what I have devoted my life to and studied over the last 20 something years. You can't lose weight unless you're able to identify quality foods and you eat those right foods at the right time. So that's step one. Remember, I said I was going to tell you the 4 steps I used and the 4 steps that all of my clients are using to get their dream body. Well, this is step number 1. Step number 2 is your environment. Your environment either promotes weight loss or impedes weight loss. Step 3 is your endocrine system. Again, if you don't balance those hormones and we don't get cortisol and adrenaline and estrogen, and we stop putting these estrogen mimicking hormones, they're called, I'm going to give you another term for those sciencey people out there or people who just love knowledge. Google the term obesogens or xenoestrogens. Obesogens is a fairly new term. These are those chemicals I was talking to you about earlier that are in foods and in grooming products that cause obesity. Step 4, you won't lose weight unless you detoxify the correct way to shrink your fat cells. Inside your fat cells, loaded with gunk and garbage, and you guessed it, toxins. We need to clean all of that sludge out, or you won't keep the fat off forever. So again, anybody can go on a diet and lose weight. Weight is different than losing fat. You don't lose fat cells. We need to shrink your fat cells down. That is the only way you will keep it off forever. So this is a once and for all, full circle method for shedding fat and keeping it off. This is a program you do one time and one time only. This is not something that you go on a crash diet, you gain the weight back, you go back on the diet. It's a lifestyle that is taught to you in step-by-step fashion. None of these steps can be skipped. No matter how much you think you know, the results are in the fine details that you are taught and do with me every single day, just as all of my clients who have had success do every single day. And much of the information is specific to you. Each step is such a pivotal foundation to the framework for your success. You cannot skip a step or the process will not work. Meet Cindy. I love her. She's one of my amazing clients. And it took a long time for her to realize that what she was doing was impeding her ability to lose weight. We'd talk for a while and she would say, oh, don't worry, Allie, I know what to do. I'm just gonna, clean up my diet and eat salads and cut out carbs and do all this stuff. And yeah, she lost a few pounds, gained it all back. And then she, bought a few detox programs online, didn't work. She finally just hit rock bottom. And she calls me one day and she said, Allie, I'm done. I'm done with all of this. It's reckless, it's ruining my body, and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore because everybody is feeding me such information that I can't, my mind is spinning. So now this is her keeping the fat off, not just the weight, but the fat for 6 years now. So this is what I'm talking about when I say success. There is no success in losing weight. You're also losing muscle mass, by the way. Anybody can, go from a size 16 to a size 14. Doesn't mean you're losing fat. Doesn't mean your body's getting any healthier. And it certainly doesn't mean you're going to keep it off forever. I know this is some mind-blowing information, but you're still watching this, and congratulations if you are. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're saying, I can't do this anymore. I want results. I want transformation. I want it now. And I can't do it alone. I've tried figuring this out for years and years and years. So there is a better way, and you don't have to live this way anymore. And if you knew how to employ all these 4 steps, you wouldn't be watching this video. The key to your success is having a proven, science-based method that provides you with a step-by-step personal process for losing fat the correct way. Because let's face it, Googling a diet, joining a gym, buying a fad exercise program online has failed you in the past, and it will continue to do so. The new way is the 4-step method for shedding fat without fad diets or gimmicky exercise programs. And it is a 6-week intense online coaching program with me. And yes, I have a full, awesome support team behind me that helps me help people, as many people as I can, and spots are limited, but they are the people in the background that allow me to bring this information to light and allow me to change lives forever. And it's guided with me. I guide you through each step with all the support you need to assure your success. And I've developed this program over years and years of trial and error. The value of it is monumental. I mean, you can't even put a price on it. And of course, it has saved me thousands of dollars, saved my clients thousands of dollars, not to mention years of frustration and anguish and embarrassment. The benefits are endless. You'll never be hungry. This isn't a diet. You'll lose all the weight you want, all the fat you want, I should say. You will look amazing and feel incredible. Your confidence is going to skyrocket, and you'll wake up each morning feeling energized and knowing exactly what you need to do every day to continue to reach your goal. And you'll have much more time and money to do the things that you love to do. Other awesome benefits I hear from my clients every day. I'm more productive at work. I am happier. My skin is glowing. And you will also be preventing future illness and disease. How awesome is that? You'll never have to spend another dime of your hard-earned money on gym memberships or fad diets, even if you have no idea how to get started or if you're just overwhelmed. This program will get you there without spending any more time trying to figure things out. And the best part is you do it from the comfort of your own home, at your own pace, and you get 24/7 nonstop support and guidance, all the guidance you need. Without a shadow of a doubt, you'll know within a couple of days why this is the only proven way to achieve lifelong fat loss and thus weight loss. So now you know what you've been doing is all wrong. Weight loss is a science. It's not a fad diet or gym membership. It's not somebody trying to just rob you of $29.99 or $59.99 or Weight Watchers a few $100s a month. That is scammy, slimy tactics that people use to keep you coming back because they know it's not forever. We also know that you can lose weight and achieve your perfect body without all this nonsense. And you know that I've developed the exact 4-step program to get you to your goal in the shortest amount of time in the healthiest way possible. And I've also shown you that while achieving your dream body, you're also going to benefit from more energy, you're going to be happier, healthier, confident, and you're going to be battling and preventing chronic diseases, because who wants to live in pain? Who wants to be miserable? Who wants to have joint issues and have brain fog and have shortness of breath just bending over, tying your shoes? I don't know anybody who would ask for that. And we've seen that the old way of doing things is simply not working for you. Just imagine how great it will feel when you finally have every single dream that you have given to you, the tools given to you and shown you and walking you through this process, and you no longer have to struggle with weight ever. I mean, imagine not ever having to think about weight loss again, never having to be imprisoned by your own thoughts like guilt and embarrassment and just, you don't even want to go shopping anymore. Who wants to go bathing suit shopping when you feel and you look the way you do? And you know that you need an expert and a good support team. I know I did when I was going through my healing phase. And here's why. If you don't know how to identify which foods are quality foods and what to eat and at what time and where to get these non-chemical laden foods at the cheapest possible price, you're not going to succeed. If you don't know how to, we talked about identifying quality food and where to get it. That's a big part of this program, is showing you where to get everything, so you're not walking aimlessly through the grocery store like, oh my God, so overwhelmed. This says it's healthy. This says 100% whole wheat. This says organic. That doesn't matter. That does not mean it is a healthy product. That is clever marketing and clever advertising. Plus, if you're just solely relying on a personal trainer, you will never out-exercise a bad diet, and you won't lose fat and keep it off forever. And if you don't detox your body in the correct order, you definitely won't lose fat. And again, detox is not a drink, a diet, or a pill. It's an ongoing 365-day-a-year process. Remember that fat isn't going anywhere unless you cellular cleanse the correct way. Otherwise, you will just rebound. And if you don't balance your hormones, you certainly won't lose fat and keep it off. So we have hundreds of hormones, as you can see by this visual, coursing through our body that all work in concert together. So think of an orchestra. Everyone's playing the same song, but you have this one trumpet player who's playing a completely different tune. How is that going to sound? Pretty bad, right? Well, that's what your body's experiencing when one of these hormones is going haywire. And I don't want this to happen to you. I want you to get the right guidance. I want you to get your dream body successfully and lose all the weight you want and do it properly in the shortest amount of time and learn how to keep it off forever. One and done. That's what I said. I said, when I hired my coach, I said, I'm going to do this one time and one time only, and I'm going to be fully committed and vested. So my number one tip I used to get my dream body was get the right guidance. That was the only way it worked for me, because I had tried every diet under the sun, every exercise program, and none of it worked. So this is what great coaches do. They make sure you succeed. Failure is not an option in my group. They provide you with the latest cutting-edge advice in a step-by-step proven program. Not just throw a diet at you and say, here you go, follow this and you'll have success, because we know it doesn't work that way and you're just setting yourself up for failure. A great coach also holds you accountable and holds your hand and provides you support through every step of the program. And it's usually someone who shares the same beliefs and who's been in your shoes. That's how we can empathize and relate, because I know exactly how you feel now, and I can see the other side of the door. I can see how you're going to feel when you lose all that weight and you're able to keep it off, and how amazing that feels, and how it feels to wake up with boundless energy and motivation and happiness. So answer honestly, are you satisfied with the way you look and feel right now? Are you tired of dieting and depriving yourself of food you love to eat? Are you really ready to finally lose weight and keep it off forever? And do you really know how to get your dream body, how to shed fat and not just lose weight? And again, this isn't for everyone, guys. If you are serious about changing your life and you want to wake up every day with more energy, more confidence, be thinner and happier, and you're ready to invest in yourself physically, emotionally, and financially, then this is for you. So here's exactly how I can help you in a more personal fashion. I've set aside time to speak with you personally for 30 minutes and show you how I can apply these strategies into your life starting today. So it's a 30-minute call, and there's no cost for this call. And here's the link. If you want to click on it, you can schedule, it goes right into my calendar, where you can schedule a time to speak with me. So on this 30-minute call, we talk more in depth about your goals, get really crystal clear and hone in on where exactly you see yourself 6 months from now, 9 months, 12 months. And we're going to discuss what's been stopping you from reaching your goals. And we're going to discuss real solutions for all your goals. And more importantly is to see if we're a good fit together. So I do limit I do vet my clients, because even though this call is absolutely free, and I believe it is the only true way to start a relationship on the right foot, even in my private practice for 22 years, anytime somebody scheduled a visit, I would call them on the phone prior to their appointment and do a 15-minute free telephone consultation, because I want to know that person before they walk in my door, or before I see them on the screen on the computer. I truly enjoy connecting with motivated action takers. And there's going to be information that's specific only to you. So these are the qualifications that I like my clients to have. And it's real important that you meet these qualifications before you go ahead and book your call. So you must be committed to your goals, whatever they are. And again, we'll get closer, we'll hone in on exactly what they are. And you must be a positive, success-minded person. Otherwise, this is not going to work for you. And you must be open to trying new things. And you have to be willing to invest in your health. Is this going to bankrupt you? Absolutely not. I have several different price points, and I don't know what the right one is for you. But if you're not willing to invest in your health, I can't help you. And here's why. Again, I have an entire amazing team behind me that supports me, that is employed under me to keep this amazing program alive. Also, if you're not willing to invest financially in your health, then that tells me that your health isn't important to you. It tells me that weight loss isn't important to you at this time. So if that is you, if you do meet those qualifications, please go ahead and book your call now by clicking on this link, because I'm really looking forward to speaking with you and changing your life. The link again is https://meetme.so/lose-it-now. You can copy and paste it from here, or you can click on the link that you see on your screen. If you're watching this from a mobile phone, then the link probably won't appear. So that's why the initial video that I sent says it's best for you to watch this on a desktop, so then you can see the link and book your call. So you have two choices now, guys. You can stay where you are forever and ever and be involved in that vicious yo-yo cycling, or you can change the course of your life forever. So if you want to change the course of your life forever, click on the link, because I'm here to help you do that. Some people dream of losing weight, others go get it. I hope you go and get it. Let's throw away the old idea of trying to lose weight. And I want to introduce you to the only proven way to get you the results you want. You deserve it. You deserve to live the life you want. And I'm here to help you change the course of your life. And you know you're simply not getting the results you want on your own. So if you're ready to stop struggling now and you meet my criteria, go ahead and schedule the call now. And I am truly looking forward to speaking with you.